This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Welcome back to the program. Sterling Fox with you this Monday evening, joined in studio by Dr. Paul Zickler, representing Yes Wellness. Dr. Zickler, a very interesting Vancouver physician for many, many years, almost 20, the director of the emergency department at Royal Columbian Hospital in New Westminster, moved on in his career to establish a series of urgent care clinics with medical colleagues in Langley, South Surrey, and Maple Ridge, and then, had a very interesting life experience in his own family. His daughter chose to become a doctor, but not a doctor like Dad, a doctor, of a naturopathic physician.
Yes.
And so you were a little, I wouldn't say put off, but you were surprised by this because you didn't know very much about it until she decided it was worth pursuing. And then so you decided to figure out what was going on over there and to your delight, found a very interesting new dimension to medicine.
Yes, I did. And it was very, very fascinating because once I looked at her curriculum, it was very, very interesting in that they study conventional medicine for 2 years with all the basic sciences and anatomy, etc.
Of course.
As well as disease systems, and then spend the following 2 years looking at a whole array of fascinating topics. Traditional Chinese medicine, herbology, reflexology, every nutrition, and basically just looking at the person as a whole and making him well,
right,
as opposed to treating the symptoms of the disease.
Is that the big difference, Dr. Zickler? Is it the fact that in Western societies, we don't go to the doctor until there's something wrong with us? So we react to a medical situation, and then we go see the doctor who may write us a prescription or whatever. Whereas the naturopathic or the alternative medical approach, as you said earlier, is about the disease, finding out what causes this disease and treating it rather than just the symptoms, which is what we find ourselves running off to the doctor for.
Yeah, exactly. And what they found is that, so much of our health is dependent on how we live and how we feed ourselves.
Right.
And the activities that we deal with every day and how we deal with our stress. And they, taking that approach, started making so much more sense. So during the time that she was there at the University of Bastyr, I took several courses, went down there for several long weekends to sort of find out what this whole message is all about. And it was very intriguing.
The more you learned, the more you liked.
The more I liked. And so now, and not to paint conventional medicine a very bad picture, because I think we as a group of conventional physicians are seeing that there is room there to look at some of these things. And so now you'll hear those terms, as I've mentioned before, functional, integrative, holistic medicine, where the conventional physician is starting to incorporate some of the alternative medicine, or working together with other healthcare workers to look at forming treatment plans that are the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
And that's what I find really fascinating, and I think that's the trend of the future.
And you've been in the business, the medical business, you're a doctor, you've been in the business for a long time, long enough to remember, I'm sure, Dr. Zickler, that back when you were a young student and getting into the game, those alternative medical types were either the enemy or just too weird to even consider realistically.
Yes, and in medicine, changing your pattern of practice takes, I've read, on the average 16 years.
Okay.
So I think we are seeing a change, and we are seeing integration.
Yes.
And I think it's only for the betterment of the patient. And what we're going to be seeing is empowerment of the patient to take care of his health and to work in a partnership with their physician.
Right.
So now it's like we go to the doctor to tell us what to do.
Mm-hmm.
what I would see as a much more healthy situation is you coming to me and saying, I want you to keep me well.
Right.
And I'm going to be invested in those decisions.
Because you mentioned already a couple of times, one of the frustrations for you as a physician was dispensing advice that was largely ignored.
Yeah, and dispensing pills where I could have given, if they followed my advice, they could have cut down some of those pills.
Sure.
And that was the frustrating part of it. And let's face it, I'm still a rookie in terms of being a motivator, and I think a lot of time and effort has to be taken by the physician in terms of being that motivator, as same as being a receptive patient. And when you work those together, boy, it'll be amazing what kind of outcomes we're going to be able to achieve.
So as the story continues, now you're here representing Yes Wellness. So tell us how you and Yes Wellness intersected.
Well, during that time that I was getting frustrated with my career as a basically walk-in physician,
right,
and a family physician, I did become involved in providing online pharmacy, and that was through contacts in our walk-in clinic in South Surrey, where we had American patients come to us as a family physician, but then we would have patients that would come and get their medications, and we really never thought of why they were doing this.
These are folks from Washington State, right?
That's right.
Okay.
So I understood for sure from the patients I had, the families I had as patients, that it was so much cheaper, and it was closer to them. Say they lived just on the other side of the lane, to come to us as it would be just as quick, and it was a lot cheaper because a lot of them don't have medical insurance, so they had to pay out of pocket. But one day, a lady came from Seattle and saw my partner, and she wanted a prescription for tamoxifen, which is a breast cancer pill. And she got a 3-month supply of prescription from my partner, and she went to fill it. And then about an hour later, came back to the clinic crying in our waiting room. And our receptionist said, well, what's the problem? She said, I just have to talk to the doctor again. So she brought her back, and my partner went to see her, and I said, what's the problem? She says, well, doctor, you just won't believe this. I've just paid for my 3-month prescription of tamoxifen, which will allow me to take a whole pill every day as prescribed.
Right.
And I've got $300 left over from what I would have paid south of the border and taking a half a pill every day.
It's that significant a difference.
It was a huge difference, as well as at that time, our dollar was, $1.65 to their American dollar.
Well, we're unfortunately heading in that direction again now, as the circle continues to go around.
And so it's a huge saving for them.
Yeah, of course.
And so that just led up to a whole cascade of events. The Cairo TV, Seattle Times got involved, and before we knew, we had busloads of people coming to our clinic, which really put a pressure on our waiting room. So we finally decided to open just a clinic for Americans only.
Okay.
And that worked really well. And so it allowed all those people, that uninsured people on fixed incomes, to be able to get their medications where they would otherwise not take them, or take a limited quantity of them. Mm-hmm. And I remember going through this whole battle with my partners and saying, listen, guys, if the tables were turned and our medications were 60 to 70 to 80% more expensive on this side of the line,
right,
than on the south of the line.
You don't think Canadians would be heading across the border?
Wouldn't you want somebody to help get them?
Sure.
And so that's why we decided to continue on. And it worked well, as I said, until 9/11 hit, and there was no activity across the border.
Of course.
And that's when I started looking online. And patients said, well, other people are getting their medications online. And there were a couple other online pharmacies in Manitoba that were
that's
mailing.
Yep.
Even though we had initial advice from Canada Post saying, and also U.S. Post saying that it would be illegal. So during that time, we did make an appointment with the FDA and went down to Bellevue to visit with the FDA and try to get some clarification. And as it turned out, they said, listen, as long as you abide by these rules, it's a 3-month supply,
Right.
personal use and no narcotics. We're opening the doors to allow Americans to get their medications. So we started an online business, and that started a whole new career
I was
for
just
me.
going to say, yeah, because now that you were again at the tip of the spear, weren't you?
Yeah.
Because now it's pretty pro forma to order prescriptions online,
Exactly.
isn't it? But back in the day, you were first.
Yeah, we were one of the first. So that started a whole new career, and that along with my change in terms of my outlook, in terms of looking at a much broader treatment plan for patients, started me getting interested in, we're selling prescriptions.
Right.
Why can't we sell a product that addresses wellness?
Okay.
And so we started Yes Wellness, and basically we wanted to help people in a positive direction for their health and wellness, and that became our mission. And then we wanted to get people on board to say yes to wellness.
Mm-hmm.
And through the educational blogs, etc., through our yeswellness.com website, and then following that on with products that support that mission.
Right. Do you manufacture the products yourself, Dr. Zikler, or do you middleman the products from a reputable manufacturer to the client?
We on Yes Wellness, we do we are the middlemen.
Okay, gotcha.
But what we want to do is to create the atmosphere that our products that we do sell are from manufacturers that are very credible. We've proofed them. We know that their products are credible and good quality products.
Right. And how long has Yes Wellness been an entity now? How many years?
Oh, I would say probably close to 7 or 8 years.
And does the online prescription business remain, or did that eventually go away in favor of representing the manufacturers of these other products?
That's another company now that continues on, and the RX online pharmacy business continues to this day.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, you've just chosen to move to the other side of the operation.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we need to take a break here, but by way of provoking our listeners to stick around, let me just throw a quote at you. This from the Wall Street Journal, and this from just a month or two ago. It's quite recent. It's 2015, and they did a number of studies talking about supplements. And here's their finding, and they say supplements have little benefits in generally well-nourished Western populations, according to, the Wall Street Journal. Ooh. So, our guest, Dr. Paul Zikler, has blogged about that assertion by the Wall Street Journal, and we'll get his response after this quick timeout.